I'm going to troubleshoot squat technique by going over the 5 main questions that I hear over and over again. Now, I'm no YouTube expert, but I'm going to try to put timestamps below the video where you can skip to any of the questions that apply to you. My goal is for anyone watching this to walk away with something you can put into practice right away. Question 1, how should I set up my feet? Now, we're going to try it out. You'll see pretty quickly. Start with your feet together and try to squat down. At some point, you'll run out of real estate. You'll find in order to keep going down, you'd have to come off of your heels or off of your toes. You have to start changing something. Then try a wider stance. Go super wide. Try to squat down. Is it easier or harder for you to sit down, pushing your whole foot through the ground? You could try a medium stance. Just experiment with different stances. You can turn out wide, turn in, and see what allows you to sit lowest while still pushing your foot through the ground. That is your squat stance. Question 2, how low should you go? Now the answer in general for most people, for most purposes, is low enough to fully bend the ankles, knees, and hips. Now the reason for this is you get better at bending and straightening those 3 joints, and you fully stretch the muscles around them. So if you're only doing squats through a partial range, you don't get to take the muscles through as big of a stretch, which means less opportunity to build strength. Question number 3 is, I can't go that low. It's not really a question as much of a statement, but we're gonna address it either way. So try this with me. Put your hands behind your head and try to squat down. Then reach as far as you can in front of you and see if that helps you go a bit lower. If so, you can take it even further by holding something in front of you, like a weight. So this is basically the same as I was just doing with reaching, but now there's more weight in front of me, so it'll help me sit down even more comfortably. If that's helping but not quite enough, or if it's not yet helping, you can also try elevating your heels a little bit. I've got a couple notebooks here. You can use little weight plates, anything you've got. Heels up a little higher, reach in front of you or hold the weight and see if that helps you sit even lower comfortably. Question 4, one of my joints doesn't feel good when I'm doing a squat. You're not alone. Here are the 3 things I would do to deal with that. 1, can you change the movement, change the squat to make it feel better for you? For instance, changing your stance, going down lower or less low, holding onto a railing or a weight in front of you, elevating the heels. Does one of those things make it feel better? If no, number 2 is, can you do a different exercise that serves a similar purpose? For instance, lunges, step downs, step ups, something that's going to train the legs and might feel better for you and your body. Number 3, see a professional. If numbers 1 and 2 aren't working, see someone to get some help with what's going on. Question 5, I see all these different kinds of weights and ways of holding them. Everyone's doing all these squats differently. What's the best way? So ultimately the answer is a weight and a setup that allows you to do it without thinking. To just sit down, stand up, and work hard. That's the goal. Now for most people, I think you'll want to start with holding a dumbbell or something relatively easy to hold in front of you for the reasons we've talked about so far. As that gets heavier and heavier, it might get hard to bring it up and bring it down safely. So first of all, you might find 2 weights, 2 dumbbells, could be easier, and letting them sit somewhere kind of on top of or in front of your shoulders. As that gets too heavy, if you get so strong that doing 10 reps, 12 reps with dumbbells, it starts to get not feasible. That's when you start to see people using something like a barbell, where you might find an easier time loading it right on top of your microphone or on your back, because you can really stand and squat with a lot more weight comfortably on your back than holding it in your hands. But again, that's only going to be necessary if you're so strong that the dumbbells don't quite do the job. So those are the 5 main questions that I've gotten over and over again. I hope this was helpful. I tried to go into some detail, but still keep the video short. So definitely reach out, let me know if you have a question on one of these to kind of take it further, or if the 5 questions didn't cover what you're wondering about squats, we can troubleshoot that. You can reach me at findmovement.com/contact. I'll put a link below.